What can you tell us so far?
Well, Kendall, the jury of 8 men and 4 women found the defendant criminally responsible. That means that they believe, whether it was mental illness or not, he was not impaired on the day that he carried out that heinous attack at the Capital Gazette, killing 5 people. Now, outside of the courthouse here in Annapolis, the state's attorney's office is setting up to address all of the media about this verdict. This comes after the jury deliberated for just 1 hour before coming to their decision. This was a long trial, 12 days, when it was originally only supposed to take 10 days. Both the state and defense laying out massive arguments contradicting each other, and at points attacking each other's expert witnesses as to why they believed he was criminally responsible or not criminally responsible. But this case really hinged on the hour around the shooting, so what happened right before, during, and after, because the Maryland statute states that it's at the time of the offense. If he could appreciate the criminality of his conduct, or if he was able to conform his conduct to the requirements of the law. So the state's attorney really honed in on the hours surrounding the shooting. A lot of evidence about him driving to the Capital Gazette and what he did at the Capital Gazette and how he acted when he was arrested. The defense, however, focused a lot on his background, the years leading up to the attack, and I think that's what made the difference in this particular case. Is the state was able to show at the time that he went to the Capital Gazette, he knew what he was doing was illegal. He admitted that, the defense attorneys admitted that, and that he was able to conform his conduct to the requirements of the law when he chose to bring a shotgun into the Capital Gazette office June 28th, 2018, and kill as many people as possible. How do you think they came to that determination? Well, the state's attorney presented a lot of evidence about his actions during the shooting and after, how he went in with the goal to kill as many people as possible, but he also did a lot of research about how long he would have until police responded. So he had a stopwatch time to make sure he wasn't taking too long committing the crime before he wanted to send a tweet out. He called 911 to tell them he was done shooting, he surrendered, he was no longer a threat. Then he hid under an office desk. All of this so that he would not be shot when law enforcement came in. I think that is the big evidence that the jury hung this decision on, was that he was able to conform his conduct in the moments just after the shooting to stop himself and hide before law enforcement arrived. Now, Kendall, it's been you and me both. I've only not been in the courtroom 2 days of this whole case, and those 2 days you were in here, so you've seen some stuff about this too. I mean, do you have any questions about what you saw?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when they were determining his mental disorder and he lacked substantial evidence. Now, we heard in that trial before that he actually made some tweets and he said something like, "I wanted people to think I was crazy." Do you think that weighed in on that jury's decision so far?
I think the jury kind of looked past his mental illness. I think that the state's attorney and the defense both established we knew he had some sort of mental illness, but the state said they don't think that impaired him from being criminally responsible. So I think they both agreed he is suffering from something. They didn't agree on what he was suffering from, but I think that the state they proved their case that regardless of what he was suffering from, it did not impair him from knowing what he was doing was illegal and conforming his conduct to the requirements of the law.
Yeah, I know there's a whole lot of developments going on right there, but we just want to ask you, what's next? What's going to happen next here?
So Ramos has 10 days to appeal. We're not sure if he's going to do that, and he will be sentenced in about 8 weeks. And the judge said to him, you have 10 days to file a written appeal, and do you understand that? And while he's sitting in the courtroom right now, he didn't make any movements, he didn't acknowledge that he heard, and the judge had to said no response.
All right, well, thank you. Well, that's a finished verdict. They found him criminally responsible. Thank you, Abby. We're going to give you more details coming up. There's going to be a presser pretty soon that the state is preparing for, but we'll have much more for you coming up at 5. But reporting live, we're here at the desk. We're going to get things back over to your regular programming.